Alright, what is going on, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today I'm going to be doing another live stream. We're just going to be playing my other game where I am going to be playing as the nation of Canada. Canada is America's weird northern neighbor, and they have an interesting geopolitical status, and this is a personal game that I've actually been playing, and I just decided it would be interesting if I were to just play as Canada today, mostly because I just wanted to continue playing this. So what is going on, Russian text guy? I have no idea how to say your name, so welcome to the live stream. I've never seen you here. So welcome to the channel. If you have not, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Yes, this is version 6.38. So that is pretty good that we are actually playing on a new version for 2018. I actually need to start making update videos of every single time they actually make a new update. So probably that's what I'm going to plan on doing. Maybe I can just do one for 6.38. So what I actually have going on right now is actually we have a revenue act that I've already passed, or I'm actually getting ready to pass. We actually have the vote's going to take place on 6/11. We have a reduction of the tax on large fortunes. We have reduction on real estate. We have an increase of the pollution tax. We have a increase of the VAT tax. We have an increase on the pornography tax, and we have an increase on the company turnover tax. So we're going to pass it through Parliament by 86% margin. Welcome to the live stream, Hydristus. I have actually been noticing you more on the live stream, so welcome to the live stream. Tourist tax on entering the country. We actually have stable deficit as of now. We actually have a under 1% deficit. It is not changing by massive margins. And actually what I need to do is I want to share this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do that, and then I am going to do it for my people on my server. So yeah, that was about it from what I needed. And so what I am actually going to do, hey, what's going on, Mitch? Welcome to the live stream. Recently I actually what do you call it? Increase my solar power electricity production. So we are actually producing nearly 12% of our electricity from solar power, which actually it just edged us over our consumption, which is actually at a deficit. So we are now producing 594 terawatt hours of electricity while consuming 591. But to make sure that we are going to produce it, we actually have 2 nuclear power plants in the works, and we are going to produce a couple more. We're going to produce a couple more solar power plants. So I'm going to produce one right here, and I am going to produce one. So I think 12 solar power plants would actually be good. And we're going to go ahead and get a wind power. So we got average. Let's see what we got in other parts of Canada. So I guess can't really do a lot of solar power or wind power, since we're not able to do that. I don't know where to really do all that. Nuclear. I think these nuclear power plants would actually. I think these nuclear power plants would actually help us out. So I think I'm gonna stop my investments of energy into there. I actually kind of messed up here because I actually figured out that British Columbia is actually a nuclear-free zone, and you cannot build nuclear power plants in nuclear-free zones, and British Columbia is part of one of those. So I kind of broke it right there, but other than that, I am actually doing very, very well. I'm actually going to go ahead and dissolve most of my most of my spy networks, because these are in countries that I really do not care about. You know what? I'm actually going to dissolve all of them, because I'm not the United States. I'm not really needing to spy on anyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and dissolve all of that. We have a silver cyber protection plan, so we are protected. We are not sitting there flying blind into the world of the internet and cyber protection. So, yeah. If you actually have not, I actually just released the video before I went live, so you guys want to go watch that. That is just going to be a terminal conflict video for you guys. So let's see what we got here. Bauxite, we cannot produce any bauxite, unfortunately. Police, let's go ahead and increase our manpower to 100,000 men. It's going to cost $666 million, which we can afford. Okay, so let's go ahead and wipe $3 billion. Okay, we got 6.4% from that. So fixed at $5.5 billion Canada dollars? I don't know that we actually... Hang on. Are we using Canadian dollars? Maybe we are. Currency. Exchange rate in dollars, 79 cents. Huh, that's weird. So, let's go ahead, and this is going to be done on the 11th, so... Government waste, criticism leaves stains. So, I think this is around the time we should actually... Forest fire in Quebec, this is pretty bad, but we did make an investment. Alright, the Revenue Act was passed. We did make a massive investment into forest fire preparation, so we are prepared for this. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad, but we should expect all possibilities for this forest fire. National holiday while forest fire rages in Quebec. Alright, environment. Yeah, do we even have any volcanoes in Canada? Guess not. So we don't really have to invest anything in the volcanic eruptions. St. Joseph Wind Farm. Alright, we are going to actually be shooting for 20% value-added tax. Forest fire in Quebec, we have a survey out. 75,000 hectares have been destroyed. There has been an attack. A police station, 3 have been killed. That is unfortunate. Victim compensation at nearly 1.23. That is very, very good. So we actually paid off on our investing, on our investments. All affected people have been compensated for that forest fire. Government contribution has been 1.5 billion. So hopefully that will disappear in the next couple of days. There we go. And there's a forest fire in the Russian Federation. All the way in Siberia. So issuance of $1.7 billion of debt. That is most likely because of my investments in energy, as well as another investment that we actually did in another power plant, a nuclear power plant, which was probably about $4 billion. So that is probably why I actually had to do that, actually incur that. But at least I'm not incurring over $5 billion of debt. That would actually be very unhealthy. So let's go ahead and check out the debt situation. 99.5% of our GDP is covered by debt. So we are now about to have our entire GDP worth of debt. So that is going to be very bad if that happens. I actually made a military deployment, which actually we sent over some aircraft to here, which I think, yeah, they actually arrived. So let me go ahead and check that to see how many troops we actually have deployed overseas. Actually, that's a multinational Air Force base. So actually, I think we actually have a very good growth rate, 4%. That is quarter to quarter, not year to year. We have a 1% deficit. Terrorism. Okay, we're gonna have to start doing some more investing into secret services. So we're gonna go ahead and max fund agent training and max fund fight against terrorism. That's gonna be $2.8 billion. It's gonna expand our deficit a little bit. We don't have to invest into cybersecurity because we already have a cyber protection plan. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do some investigations into here. So we're going to have to go ahead and cover half of these guys. We're going to cover 5. And then we're going to cover 5. Oh, we are actually going to be able to cover probably a good amount. So we're going to be able to cover 2 more in Jihadist Caliphate. And we're going to check that in the next couple of days to make sure that they are actually being covered since there was a recent terrorist action. Next quarterly loan is going to be about $2 billion. Hi, couldn't miss a Canada game. Hey, what's going on, Max? Welcome to the live stream. I've never seen you into the live stream. If you guys actually have no idea who Max is, he is actually the developer of Arms Race, the Cold War era. You can actually find it on my video list, and he is actually the lead developer of it. So welcome to the live stream, Max. So yeah, there was actually, speaking of that, I think I know you were actually Quebec based. Just recently there was actually a forest fire in Quebec, and I believe there was another terrorist action that actually happened in oh, you're actually Russian. I forgot. I had a feeling you were from Quebec or something like that. Unless there's a lot of game developers in Quebec, so. So yeah, it's actually. I mean, you know, your good old country has over Crimea right here. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Actually, I like how it says not recognized. Not recognized by the UN. That's kind of spooky. All right, so there is a forest fire in Ohio. That's spooky. All right, let's see what we got. Advertising, what do you need? TV channels, films. I love how all these sectors are just interconnected. Services. How many people are employed here? 8 million are employed. We actually have a negative $320 billion deficit. And they need nothing from anything else. So I guess they just need time to grow. Tourism and hotel, let's go ahead and give that a subsidy. $60 million. And I wonder if I can actually nationalize it. $23 billion. That would be expensive. Which actually, that actually gets added to your budget as debt reimbursement. So that would be like an additional $20 billion that you would have to spend on that. So that's why it actually affects your thing. My inflation is 1.56% up from 1.4%. It has gradually been increasing over the past half year. I did increase my interest rate to 1.5%. What I may need to do is actually come over here. I may have to either change the level of tax investigation, make sure that people are paying their taxes, or I could just increase the interest rate to about 5%, which would probably affect the economy in the short term, but it would save the effects of inflation in the long term. And I could just go for one vote for an increased value-added tax to 20%, which is going to be my goal. Or you could crazy invest into something true. My GDP, wow. My sales is $601 billion, but my GDP is only $449 billion. It accounts for nearly 27% of GDP activity. And accounts active population in the secondary sector is actually going up. It's going up from 25.4% to 26.9%. So it's actually about to be 27% of the active population. Exportations are going down. Importations are going down. Trade balance overall is going down, so that is good news. So we're probably going to have to find an export. Because I actually have some bauxite coming in from Brazil. I think I also have some wood coming in as well. Let me actually go ahead and check my active trade contracts. I have sale of oil to the United States, sale of natural gas to the United States, and import of bauxite from Brazil. I actually called that the Canberra Agreement. Civil servant debt. Let's see what my debt situation is. We owe $367 billion of our debt to the United States at a 1.1% interest rate. Let's go ahead and invite him, see if we can actually get that to around 0.8-0.9% interest. And the United Kingdom, we can actually try to get him down to a 1% interest rate. And Germany, let's get him down to maybe a 1.8% interest rate. And France, let's get him down to 1%. And let's go ahead and meet with these lenders. A hint, import building and construction labor from, let's say, Ukraine. It will boost your growth, but be careful with inflation. I actually already have a near 5% growth rate. So I think I'm probably fine with that because I don't want it to get to, like 7, 10, 20%, because that's whenever I'm going to lose control of inflation. Alright, so you were from the United States, so let's go ahead and get you down to, see if you can do a 0.9% interest rate.
Very well.
Alright. Got him down to 0.9. Now what we need to make sure is that we're not going to be incurring more debt from
no thanks. My ulcer
at the end of this quarter, which is going to be in August? No, it's going to be in October, I believe, or September. I'm going to have to check. It's July. We just passed a quarter. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get you down to 1%.
We would prefer.
Damn it.
No.
Alright, let's get that down. Tommy's Radiant. I love your country. And let's get you down to 1.9% interest rate. Alright, that's successful. We're going to have to meet with the United Kingdom again. And let's go ahead and meet with our French lender.
Sure. Very well.
Let's go ahead and get you down to 1.1.
I don't mean to offend you, but your offer is very feeble.
Okay, let's get you to 1.25.
Very well.
Alright. At least we got 3 out of 4 lenders to actually accept our debt offers. So you can actually see these here. We're actually going to get the United Kingdom to meet with us again. So yeah, he's not going to meet with us for a while. So we're going to have to meet with Okay, let's see who has the highest interest rate that we actually owe money. So that's going to be... Oh, we're actually looking at next loan. Okay, so the highest one is Switzerland, which is actually $78 billion, who has the highest interest rate for us. So we're going to go ahead and meet with Switzerland tomorrow. Happiness increases in Canada. Good.
Sure. Huh.
Tell me's Radiant. I love your country. And negotiate. Let's go ahead and get you down to 1.9% interest rate. Oh, no, not 19%. Good lord. 1.9% interest rate.
Very well. We accept you.
All right, cool. And let's go ahead and end that meeting. So good. We got more people to actually accept our loan interest rate changes. And once we actually, if we are actually able to pay off debt, then we will actually be able to get lower and lower interest rates. I actually was able, as the United States, because I had several massive quarterly payoffs, I actually was able to get a lot of my lenders to actually lower their interest rates to 0.1%. Because I actually increased the value added tax to around like 6%. And that's whenever I was actually able to pay off so much debt from the U.S. debt. Our credit rating, we need to go ahead and keep this. If we actually lose a credit rating, that's actually going to hike our interest rates way, way higher than they need to be. I wonder, no, I cannot meet with my own Canadian lender. Japan, 1.35%. Okay, so Denmark, Israel, Finland, India, and Japan we may meet with. I think I'll go ahead and leave that. I mean, Israel is giving us a pretty high interest rate for $18.5 billion. Interesting, I never knew this trick in the game. I should try it next game, thanks. You didn't know that you could actually meet with your lenders and negotiate? Or are you talking about the value-added tax as the United States? Because the value-added tax, that actually gets you about, a max would have to be around $3 trillion of extra revenue, which that would give you so much money that you would literally be able to cut every single tax. Never met with lenders, yeah. Meeting with lenders is actually very, very helpful, especially if you have very, very high debt, and 2, very, very high interest rates, which actually, if you are actually able to get the person to like you, and if you actually pay off your debt every quarter, then you'll actually, for 1, get lower interest rates, and 2, if you actually negotiate with them, you will be able to get better rate loans. But the only thing is that actually, whenever I negotiated my debt, if this is what it was at right now, if this goes up to like 5 billion or something like that, or anything higher than this number, then they usually actually null these negotiations. So all you see in green is completely null, and you will not be able to get it for that reduced rate loan. So that's one thing you should take into consideration whenever you do that, because that doesn't give you to say, okay, since I actually negotiated with these people, then I can actually build like 40 nuclear power plants. No, that's not what's going to happen. They're actually going to nullify all of those negotiations you did, and they're going to go back to their original negotiated loan, which was probably like whatever it was before you negotiated it. All right, and budget. Let's go ahead and check that. Wow, let's go. Nearly $100 billion is going to education. 16.5% of our budget is going toward education. 45% is going into health, sports, social security. And our deficit is only 1.21%. So we need to make sure that we're getting control of our budgetary situation, while at the same time making sure that we are improving our country. I don't think I'm going to make any investments into space exploration as of now. Yeah, that's way too expensive. Bhutan, nah, I'm going to go ahead and refuse a meeting with you because I don't think your country is big enough for us to actually want to consider doing anything with you. I actually got a new patron. Thank you so much to Warren Mitchell, whoever that is. So, that's actually really interesting.
We are hearing at this very moment.
It actually gives me 5 patrons now, which is actually a very good milestone for me. So I think that's actually really good. So now I'm making more every month. That's actually good. Thank you so much, Warren Mitchell. And to all my patrons, obviously, for supporting me and my channel. You guys will get the Philippine community. Whoa. Alright, time to send in the bulldozers. We're going to go ahead and send in bulldozers to take over. Hey, oh, thank you so much, Mitch. I actually didn't know, because I saw Warren Mitchell. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen him in the live streams before. But thank you so much, Mitch, for being that, and I will definitely put you into the description of my channel, and I will invite you to the server. What is going on? Addresses the people from the parliament. They captured the parliament? No, they captured the parliament!
Here, from the parliament of the country, we declare that we are the new legitimate representatives of the people.
Jesus.
We call for the departure of the head of state and the organization of democratic elections.
Wow, this is getting intense. Alright, let's check the situation of what's going on right now. Yeah, whatever. So we're sending in our troops. We're going to go ahead and surround it. We need to capture Parliament back. I'm actually going to send this guy down here. Capture Parliament. Parliament is now back under our control. And there are armed protesters here. We're going to go ahead and send the military in. We actually got people to actually like us from that. Oh, we just shot and killed that dude.
We have subdued the...
That was crazy. I've never actually seen that whenever they capture Parliament. That was a near civil war. Forest fire in British Columbia. Oh, God. But yeah, again, from what I was saying earlier, thank you so much, Mitch, for becoming a patron. I know you did the $2 donation because of that exclusive Power and Revolution pack, which actually, that is a new thing that I'm actually doing for that. So if you become a patron, $2 or more actually gives you the ability to request exclusive Power and Revolution packs from me. which I can actually create for you for any country. So Mitch, go ahead and contact me on Discord if you are actually interested in doing that, since you did do that at $2 donation. Which actually, I actually need to invite you guys to this Discord I actually have for Politics Gaming. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you guys here. Go ahead and join that Discord that I just posted into the chat. Survey: 42,000 hectares of forest have actually been destroyed. I don't know, I actually don't know how big that is. If you guys actually know that, I'm actually going to give them $1 billion of compensation. So guys, if you guys actually know how many miles or square miles hectares are, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and give an investment into our military. 75,000 people is going to be our new thing. My goal is actually going to be 120,000 people to be a part of the military. Is there a protest going on? I guess not. All affected people have been compensated, and that should actually disappear a couple of minutes. And I think we do have a summit. Isn't hectares 8,000 acres? Support army in the first. Come on. Come on. I only do that because I only do that because I literally just kind of simultaneously do stuff, and whenever I kind of, usually, yeah, I think that's more American of me. I think I'm letting the American come out because, I mean, usually I like to have at least 100,000 people in my active military. So you got me there, boy. And I am actually putting Mitch as a patron, a part of the Discord that I have, so welcome to that. And everyone else is just going to be listed as subscribers. God, I do so many things at once. I need to stop. Yes, sure. I mean, my favorite thing, I'll be honest, my favorite thing to do in Power and Revolution is investments in energy. I mean, I love investing in energy, making sure that I'm actually producing enough energy for my country. So, and I'm not even investing in fossil fuels. I'm actually investing in, nuclear power. So it's always good to make sure that you have enough energy to sustain yourself. What do you need? Coal. You don't need anything. So I could import some really, really cheap coal from China, because I think China actually produces the most, because they produce actually a lot. Which actually, yeah, 46%, and produce nearly half of the world's coal. But I could import from South Africa, Russia, Poland actually, Kazakhstan, Colombia, Turkey. And I'm actually a part of the top countries in the world who actually produces coal. Okay, let's actually increase this to $1 billion. Conflict against the Philippine community. Dead calm.
The terrorist organization has nodded off.
They become a terrorist organization. What? Oh, it's because they actually, rose up and became, violent. Very, very violent. They, tried to take... That's spooky.
Good morning.
Good morning. That doesn't sound like Donald Trump. Eversim needs to hire me. They want to purchase fowl from me. When will you be involved in the conflict? What conflict? By the way, Kajays, I've never seen you in the live stream, so welcome to the live stream. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and refuse that. But I will go ahead and ask him, please create a great film festival for Montreal. Okay, I'll do that in a second. We are going to give the United States more oil because we're actually already at capacity. We're actually already at capacity with the pipeline, so we can go ahead and give it to them via oil tankers and trains. So we're gonna go ahead and negotiate that $1,000 per tow, and we're going to negotiate that, and let's go ahead and send that over. 608. Okay, so that was 1,973. 926. 926. 890. 890. 846. So we're going to go ahead and call this. I'm going to go ahead and call this the Spearin Agreement. Or the Sprint Agreement. Just in case we actually get this passed. Okay, it was 7986. 733. Please accept it. Damn! Okay, let's go back. Oil. Let's go ahead and do that. Send that over. When will you be as Brunei? Brunei, I don't know. They're a pretty small country, so I don't know the gameplay aspects of playing as them. 641. 898. 898. 859. 814. Let's go ahead and get this there. We're going to go ahead and, again, call this the Sprint Agreement. Please accept it. Okay, $700. That's more than... It's around $50 above our sale price. We're not getting it for a good price, but we're still selling it for higher than our sale price. So that's going to be good. You know what? Let's actually go for a $705 trade agreement. Let's go ahead and get this exactly 7.5 or 705. I cannot talk today. Let's go ahead and negotiate that. And damn, we were so close. Okay, let's go for one more. Actually, let's see what else we can sell them. No coal, no colza. Actually, we have colza. We could actually get that. So that's something to consider. Lead, oil. What about natural gas? What are we doing to natural gas? Okay, so we can. I think I'm already giving them... No, we're actually not giving them any... How much can we give them? 51. Okay, let's go ahead and give them some via light natural gas and train transport. So let's go ahead and put this at $700. $700. 659. 659. 700. 576. Damn. Okay, so let's try one more time for that oil contract. 1,046. 978. 930. 859. 780. Are you sure you can sell over the price they usually buy? Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Negotiate. Okay. Let's go for $710. Again, let's go ahead and call this the sprint agreement. How do you renew the contract before they collapse? I think what you can do, which is how I kind of think of it, is if you negotiate it the day that it stops, whenever that production is actually freed up or something like that, then you can actually renew the contract. Otherwise, like, do it as fast as you can, because that's how your economy actually gets hurt. Negotiate. 700. All right, we're going to go ahead and accept that. $58 billion contract, that's going to be good for us. And let's go ahead and try to sell them some natural gas. Natural gas. What about the Canada-United States pipeline? Which we can sell them $20 billion of natural gas, or if we transport it via train. Wait, we're actually not seeing... That's weird that the price is staying the same. Okay. We actually are already selling them $48 billion of, or 48 million tow. Volume already under contract. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead and put this at $700. $700. We're already above our sale price. $700. That's going to be $652. Damn. So we need to get it really, really low. Aluminum. We're about to start producing a good amount of aluminum. Okay, so $660. Let's go ahead and go for that. $660, $609. All right. Let's see what I can do for colza, because I know I could actually probably get a good contract for colza. Okay, average. Ooh, never mind. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this meeting. See if he can make the same decision. No, he's not. Let's go ahead and end that meeting. So we did get some profitable contracts from the United States. Some good export contracts that we are going to be benefiting from. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the 16th of August. We're gonna go to diplomacy. Now be careful about your inflation. It is hell of a lot contract money for Canada. So the sprint agreement is going to be good, $58 billion. However, we do need to watch our inflation. If inflation really starts to go up, then I'm going to cut the sprint agreement. But that should help us get some growth. So, just as Sprint actually requested, should make Great Film Festival for Montreal. Let's make it an international festival in Montreal. You'd hear my voice crack there. What day should I actually put it on? August 6th. And Film Festival. We're going to go ahead and give it $10 million of federal funds. $10.5 million. Hang on. I'm going to be right back. Alright, I'm sorry about that. My cat was just trying to get attention from me, and her meow just sounded like she was, like, just dehydrated. So, I'm going to go ahead and go for a film festival. $10 million of funding. We're going to go ahead and confirm that for August 6th. Next time it's going to happen is going to be on August 6th, 2019, which August 6th has already passed. Usually, I think it always happens like the year after you establish it.
The jokes of the humorist become painful. He makes fun of you in terms beyond caricature, and frankly attacks the very dignity of your function.
In my Canada game, I'm always under cyber attack by the United States. Oh wow, maybe we should retaliate against them. I wonder what happens if I can actually cyber attack United States. Attack, defense. Yeah, I would not be able to succeed in a cyber attack. Yeah, I think my cat just wants attention. I think that's what she's trying to do. Ow! So, can you play as Saudi Arabia? Making a lot of requests there, aren't you? Alright, let's go ahead and lower... Let's go ahead and lower the payroll tax for both. Payroll Act. Should I increase? No, I'm going to decrease that to 0.8. Create the reform. And then increase this to 6.5. And finally, we're going to go ahead and do this at a flat 20%, and that is as high as we're going to increase that. All right, we got some support. Well, you didn't miss anything important. I've just kind of been going through my taxes, making sure that I am actually doing everything that I did, and I actually did a what do you call it? Yeah, film festival, as Max said, in Montreal. And I'm trying to see what other taxes I should actually do. My goal is to actually get real estate tax to around 15. And maybe even wipe away a couple of taxes. I wonder. Taxes, cut spending. Huh. If I cut spending, will that actually lower inflation? Because I actually just signed a contract with the United States, and have I ever played a totalitarian country? I think. Well, yeah, I've actually played China. I think I played North Korea once. I don't know. I usually play a lot of democratic countries because I'm not that much of a dictator. I don't like being a dictator, and even whenever I do play as a country that does have really strict laws, I usually free them up and more liberalize them. So, which actually, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to cut spending here. I'm just going to cut about $11 billion from my debt, from my deficit. And then I'm going to increase this to 100,000. So that put my deficit at 0.23. so that is good. Let's go ahead and increase this to, that is 76. Decreasing spending does not help inflation. Increase the bank rate due. Okay, I'm gonna increase the bank rate. My cat's playing with my charging wire. Hopefully she doesn't bite a hole into it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this 24 maternity hospitals, $333 million. It's gonna go ahead and help us out for our birth rate. I'll put us at a good 600. And 25, 26, 27, 28. So we're going to go ahead and build 28. Oh, that's way too much. Oh, that's 16. So 17 is our max. Oh boy, your inflation will boost like crazy now. I know, right? Let's go ahead and go to the next day. Check our inflation. 1.59. We lost 10% of approval there. With you. Oh, I thought the woman said with you to the death.
I don't. You.
Okay, at least we didn't lose like 20% of approval. What should I do to increase approval? Oh, housing. So let's go ahead and get rid of 39,000. Okay, 35,000 debilitated housing. That's going to cost $1 billion. We can afford it. So we're going to go ahead and get that done. We should get a little bit of approval from it. That did get us a little bit of approval, as I predicted. Alright, good. Good. Trying to think of what else I need to do. Is there a zombie apocalypse mod? No, there is not, but that would be interesting. I need to buy the modding tool. That's what I need to get.
The funeral will take place.
Oldest person in the country has died. We're going to go ahead and, yes, attend her funeral. What I actually want to do is actually get to the construction of these nuclear power plants. So, what we need to do is actually figure out whenever these nuclear power plants are going to be done. Actually, I built one in Quebec, and I built one in British Columbia. I don't know if Quebec is a nuclear-free zone. Have you played Masters of the World? Yes, I did. That's actually how I got introduced to this game. So before, if you buy a modding tool, don't forget to call me when you play Cold War. Hell yeah. You still need to do that multiplayer live stream, Max. The vote was held and the more reform was adopted. Alright, our consumption has actually gone down by like 2 terawatts. Yom Kippur, we're going to go ahead and do that. What's our religious? Wow, we actually are a very diverse country. 40% Catholic, 21% Protestant, 29% or other religion and atheist, 1.7% Orthodox, 3.4% Muslim, 1% Jewish, 1% Buddhist, and 1% Hindu. That's pretty interesting. Establish state power to religions. We're a secular government with complete freedom to all religious practice. And it is September 11th, 2018. Oh man, there goes my inflation. You were right, Max. At least we got our deficit down. I want to go ahead and check to see what our debt is at. $1.5 billion debt is probably going to be incurred in this next quarter. When is actually the quarter going to happen? It's going to happen in October. Oh no, the United States just got hit by a hurricane. I'm actually going to be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, well, you need medicine when you are bleeding. Ooh, is there going to be an economic debate in my live stream? Please do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and increase that to 2%. This should encourage savings and with fewer demands induce deflationary action. There is, of course, the risk that consumption will be affected for too long and that both people and businesses will borrow less, which could slow growth and could cause a rise in unemployment. But this is a risk we must take if we wish to improve our economy in the long term. Maybe you want to consider raising your interest rates to, I don't know, maybe 5. Well, you need medicine when you're bleeding. Alright, maybe I'll increase it to about 4.5, maybe 5. To do that, what is my growth rate? It is 5%. So we have a really, really high growth rate. Our overall trade balance is actually going down. Could you please show me your budget difference? Here is the budget difference. It's actually just a couple $1 billion deficit. Here is the budget if you need to look at it, since you're asking. Wow, $17 billion on justice. Why? Why are you spending over 10? Imports can help reduce inflation, I think. It is theoretical. I actually have an import contract from Brazil for bauxite. I cannot import oil because I'm already sufficient in that. Yes, I have played Geopolitical Simulator 3. To answer your question. But if I need to import something, what do I need to import? That is the question. Building, housing, and roadway. I actually have a deficit in that, so I could import that from someone, but from who? It's going to be extremely expensive. I need cement, wood, electrical materials, and steel. Import steel. Actually, I'll go ahead and sign some imports for all of that. There is zombie mod. Imagine a virus. The more people it infects, turns them to protester, which is a zombie, and it could spread across the globe. That is actually pretty interesting, but I don't know if this game could actually support something like that. Tire industry. Do we even have rubber? No, that's not even a thing. Trade balance. Oh my god, my trade balance for aluminum is actually getting worse. Importing iron and coal might be better to import than steel. Okay. So let's go ahead and see who I can import iron from. World info, production. China. Oh, they actually do not have enough iron. Wonder if you can make Canada a strong economy. Okay, I can import from India. I can import from Russia, Ukraine, South Africa. Brazil, I could. So, I need to get a good sale. So 239, anything under 239 is going to be good. So, let's go to India. Let's go all the way to iron. Huh? Okay, so apparently I have... Okay, so I have sufficient amount of iron, apparently. It's odd. Let me check my iron production. Okay, so I have that. So let's see what else I need for building, housing, and roadway production. Okay, so I need wood. I hear my mic doing weird things, I don't know. Okay, so we need wood, so let's go ahead and go check on our wood production. Okay, so I'm sufficient in wood. Building, housing, and roadway. Electrical materials is the... Okay, electrical materials and cement is what I need. Okay, so we need electrical materials. That trade deficit is actually getting worse. So first priority is to figure out who I can import from. Okay, so we're gonna get a pretty bad contract on this. Brazil, China. Oops. Okay, so go down to electrical materials. Purchase price 74. Thanksgiving.
The preparations are complete.
Okay. 2 people asking me for purchase price that you offered for this good is considered as being too low for China. Alright, that's going to be hard. If you ruled your own nation, where would it be and what ideology would you pick? Maybe a centrist government? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and subsidize building, housing, and roadway by about $1.5 billion. Assassination of Louise Cheward. Wow, that actually got me a lot of approval. I mostly play as kingdoms. Interesting. Alright, so growth rate is around there. So I have actually been live streaming for an hour. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more of this Canada gameplay, go ahead and leave a like and tell me that you want more Canada and I'll do that for you. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Go ahead and join my Discord, which I'll go ahead and post again in the description or in the chat of this video. So guys, go ahead and go join that Discord if you have not, and I will see you guys there. And I'm trying to find over. Yes, I cannot talk today. But guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Go ahead and request more Canada if you want to see more Canada, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.